Welcome back to We Talk Boxing. So this is just the post-fight reactions to the fight which took place last night between Gilberto Ramirez versus Dmitrii Bivol. Now before continuing with my post-fight reactions, as always, please like, subscribe and comment for more boxing related content and help us grow this channel even more. So this fight sees Dmitrii Bivol extend his winning record now to 21 wins with no losses to his name. So he retains his WBA Super World Light Heavyweight WBA title. And you know what I mean, it was a good fight, a good start between both guys. Both guys came out, you know what I mean, from round one, stood in the middle of the ring with each other and started trading, you know what I mean, from the get go. And for me personally, you know what I mean, it was quite a hard, it was fairly, you know what I mean, tough rounds to score, you know what I mean, up until the first 5 rounds. Because both guys, you know what I mean, were just stood there and pretty much landing some shots on each other, which it was quite good. It was entertaining, and for me, the only, you know what I mean, concern was, you know what I mean, is Bivol going to take one to the jaw? Because obviously Ramirez, you know what I mean, his boxing record speaks for itself really. At the time before this fight, it was 44 wins, you know what I mean, with um 30 KOs to his name. So again, he was a big puncher, and you know what I mean, he's got that power. So for me, it was always just a case of, is Bivol going to take one, you know what I mean, standing there and trading, because he was, Bivol, you know what I mean, he was holding the center of the ring quite well. You know what I mean, something which I didn't honestly think he was going to do with Ramirez, as I thought he was pretty much going to be boxing at range and using that good jab and his footwork to kind of try and keep distance between him and Ramirez. But as I said, you know what I mean, up until the first 5 rounds, it was a very competitive fight between both guys. It was really, you know what I mean, it was good to watch. But you know what I mean, as the fight continued, for me, you know what I mean, the fight kind of started to edge away a little bit, you know what I mean, from Ramirez, because I don't know, I'm not sure if it was fatigue or it just was frustration or what, but realistically, Bivol came into his own. You know what I mean, from rounds 5, 6, and 7, for me, those 3 rounds straight were Bivol's rounds. He was boxing at range. He found his distance, which was brilliant, because you know what I mean, every time Ramirez kept coming forward, Bivol, you know, he was just taking that little half a step backwards, and then obviously popping out his jab or landing with the right cross, and then just staying just within range. You know what I mean? So you know what I mean, he could literally just move out of slot shots at times as well. So for me, from round 5, 6, and 7 onwards, Bivol just looked brilliant, really. It looks as if he found his range and he was catching his man, frustrating his man, and hurting him at times as well. And he had a good flurry as well, Bivol. He had a good flurry up, and I think it was towards the end of round 6, which looked as if it kind of hurt Ramirez, which was quite good to see. But, you know what I mean, obviously, Bivol gets the victory. You know what I mean, he's now 21-0. It was, on the scorecards, it was a straightforward win. You know what I mean? 2 of the judges scored, you know what I mean, 111 to 117 for Bivol, and the last judge was 110 to 118. So on the scorecards, it looked quite straightforward. It wasn't as exciting as what I thought it would have been, but you know what I mean, it's just another title defense for Bivol, and he's took care of his mandatory challenger. And you know what I mean, before the fight, there was speculation saying that if he does win this fight, he's going to look to try and, you know what I mean, have that second fight between himself and Canelo Alvarez. But what I would personally like to see now would be the undisputed between himself and Beterbiev. Hopefully sometime, maybe, you know what I mean, first quarter of the year of 2023. Hopefully, depending if Beterbiev is fit and he's back in training and stuff, these two guys could get that fight on and see who is, do you know what I mean, the best light heavyweight. Because there's still some fairly good fights out there for both guys, really. But yeah, I don't really want to long the video out too much. What did you guys think of the fight? Was it as exciting for you? Was it a good fight to watch? You know what I mean? Was it a main event type of fight? Because realistically, it was a good fight, but as I said, up until the first 5 rounds, which was competitive, the rest of that was, for me, it was all Bivol really. But yeah, as I said, Bivol takes care of his Mando challenger and moves on. And again, I'd just like to see that big fight between himself and Beterbiev next year. But as always, guys, let me know in the comments below. Let me know your thoughts and reactions to the fight between both guys, which took place last night. Please subscribe, like, and comment and share for more boxing related content. Bless.